Okay.
It's good job, man.
How much?
Oh, coffee's free. Conversation's a buck.
Hi guys, welcome to Power Hour. It's Tuesday night. I think it's Tuesday anyway, right? It's been a really long week so far. So end of the month, getting really close. We got what, 2 days left? Who is pushing? Who is ready to push to the next level? I'm really excited. End of the month is awesome. I love seeing everybody push, and I love seeing everybody, work to hit their next rank. So great thing now is you have your estimated paycheck in your back office. Who's seen that? Has everybody seen that? That is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And with that, you guys are going to be able to see what your paycheck's estimate will be for the next week, for the next month. It will continue. You can continually watch your paychecks grow, and you can continually see by each order how much your paychecks are rising. Thank you, Colton. My kid knows I'm stressed. He brought me the wine. Oh, he's funny. So that tab is a really awesome tab to have. And I am super excited about having it. So let's do some tasks for the night. What I want to start with is, our normal randomacy things is, let's go to our walls, post something about Power Hour. And our birthdays. I'll give you guys just a couple of minutes to work on those two things. Most of you for the day have already done your birthdays. That's something a lot of people like to wake up in the morning and do. So that's a really great thing to start in the mornings. So if you first wake up, I don't need 2 bottles of wine, dude. So if you first wake up and you're laying in bed, or you got 5 minutes, to sit in bed, or in between what you're doing once you get up, it's a really great time to work on those birthdays. Like I said before, I like the Snapchat songs, because you can sing yourself a song with the silly face, silly voice, and everybody loves that, and nobody will forget that, because not everybody's getting a birthday message like that. Also in the mornings, if you do self-help, which everybody should be doing, everybody should be working on their personal development daily. If you wake up, before you do anything, before you scroll Facebook, before you check your messages, before you check your emails, your notifications, it's a really great habit to get into, having one of your favorite personal development books on audio, or scroll through YouTube really quickly and find a personal development motivational speech, motivational post, And there are some really great 2 and 3 minute speeches and little clips on YouTube to watch. So that's a really great way to start your day out. Now I have notes. So I always have my notes in my phone. Okay. One thing I want to discuss is I see a lot of people adding people to their teams as associates and customers. And when I first began this business, anytime someone enrolled as an associate, no matter whether they wanted to join the business or not, we added them to our team page. Not our customer group page, but our team page. And we saw a lot of growth from that because people were seeing, you know, paydays, and they weren't seeing just random customer posts or before and after posts. They were seeing a lot of, oh, I can make money doing this. I can do this. Wow, this is really great. I like all this advice on how to make money. You know, all this motivational stuff, how to do this and how to do that. That's where a lot of the files are that we don't share with our customers, so they're able to access. So I want everybody to try and get into the habit of every time they enroll an associate, whether or not they want to be an active selling associate, add them to your team page. Always, always, and forever, add them to your team page. And I want you to see if that helps growth in your teams, because I know when we began, that was one of the biggest things. I mean, we all add people to True That. Even if they're not wanting to sell, we add them for the contests, for the atmosphere. So use that, utilize those groups, utilize those team pages, your team groups, whether they're your uplines, personal pay, or, you know, whether your upline started that group or not, you have team members in there. You should be working in that group. You should be giving your selling advice. You should be giving all of the advice that you know. If you see something that helps you along the way, you need to be sharing that with everybody in that group, because you know what? Whether you work with one-on-one with your people or however you do it, they may see that post in that group and they're like, oh, well, my upline's really awesome. She's posting this and she's posting this or whatever. Because, you know, doing those steps, adding people in, working those group pages, you know, running things, mentioning your team members, yelling out posts or, you know, congratulatories for their enrollments, their sales, anything like that is really good. And if you're not doing that, then you're not taking any steps to become a leader. And we're really building leaders, and we're building teams, but we really need to be building leaders. So taking those steps and doing certain things like that, sharing everything you know on a daily basis, sharing something is going to take those steps to make you a better leader. And when your people see that, they're going to follow you and they're going to do exactly what you're doing. So if they see, oh, well, this helped me, I'm going to share this because this might help somebody else. So you need to be taking those steps and doing that. So that brings me to the next thing. I want you to go, and if you have somebody in your downline that's sold a month's supply, a trial, somebody that has just done really good this week, or, you know, been on their page posting or commenting in the group, I want you to go to your team group page, not your customer group, your team page that you work, where all of your associates go. And I want you to go give somebody a shout out. And if you have nobody, I want you to go to that group and just give yourself a shout out for how hard you've been working this week. Or go give something about the end of the month push, about what are you doing what you are doing to help your end of the month push, and give some tips in there to help others with their end of the month push. I don't know. While you guys do that, I have to find a ruler.
In our southern.
Sorry, homework called. So, I mean, you might even take a chance or take a few spare minutes tonight, tomorrow, and take those people you've added to your team over the past however long that you've not added anybody to your working associate group, or whether it's a working associate group or whatever it is, add them to the group. Let them have that motivation. And I know some people run their teams differently and they're not in the groups unless they're an approved associate. But I'm not sure who does that and who doesn't do that. But I think every single person needs a place to go. Okay, let's see what other notes I had. Okay, another thing I want to go over is being available. And I know I think I discussed being available a lot, but I also find a lot of people are very unavailable or unavailable. Oh no. So be available to your customers, be available to the people who need your help. The more available you are, the more people you're going to see that are ready to reach out to you. I see a lot of people that, you know, they work the business part-time, and that's perfect. If you want to make $100 a month, $100 a week, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a week, whatever you want to make, you can make that. But if you're trying to make $100 a week and you can't, and you're wondering why you do it, and you're on your phone an hour a day, then you're getting paid for what time you put into it. You know, somebody may want to message you, and you might see it 26 hours later, 36 hours later, and that's not available. When you're running your own business and okay, let's put yourself in in their shoes, like your customer's shoes. Let's say you see something on the internet and you're like, oh, I got the money for this right now. I know I'm not going to have the money for it in 2 days because I'm going to blow it on something stupid. I have the money. I want to do this right now. And you message somebody, and 3 days later, they're finally answering they're finally answering your message. And you're like, I've lost my interest. I don't have any interest in this product now. You waited too long. That's how your customers are feeling if you're waiting too long to answer their messages. I know we all get busy, and I know some people work part-time jobs. I know some people work full-time jobs. And I know not everybody's in this for, you know, a legacy income or, you know, anything like that. But if you're wanting to make a business out of it and you have not made a business out of it and you can't seem to get your feet off the ground, think about how many hours a day you're working it, what times you're available, when you're available, evenings, middle afternoon, and mornings. There's about 3 times of the day that are really important for your business, especially to kind of be available, even if it's an hour, 3 times a day, or every 15 minutes if you have a potty break at work, or whenever, you know, just whenever you can pick up the phone and check your messages, reply to them. Even if it's a reply of, hey, I'm at work, I'm working a 12-hour shift today, I will be back with you as soon as I get home. At least they know that you've seen them. You see them, and you're going to answer them, and you're going to be back with them. And now they know that you still have their interest, and they're still interested in your products because you answered them. So that's really important, is to be available to your customers. So let's go to our customer groups, and let's go post a photo, selfie, anything about one of our products that you love. I know a lot during the day we post our combo. Right now, evening time, a really great thing to post is our snack bars. These snack bars, these dudes are amazing. That pumpkin spice is the best snack bar I've ever tasted. And I just sold like 2 packages of the 16s in 20 minutes earlier. And I absolutely love these things. And my caramel apple should be here tomorrow. And I know you guys don't make a lot of PV off of these products. But you know what? Sometimes just getting people in a healthier frame of mind and losing better, and sometimes just adding an extra 5 or 10 or 15 PV, especially when we switch over to the new enhancement plan, that 20 PV is going to rock your business. So, even if it's something about that, maybe it's an oil. I've had a horrible sinus infection the past 2 weeks. Last week I had to miss Power Hour because I couldn't talk. My second round of antibiotics, a pack of steroids, and I'm a hot mess this week. So I've been using my tea tree oil like crazy. So, those things like that, using your tea tree oil, the things that you use on a daily basis are always something really important to post because people don't know we have them. Like one of my best friend's moms was here earlier, and my son gave her one of the pumpkin spice protein bars. And she goes, oh my God, where'd you get these? And she's on my page every day. She posts comments on something every single day, but she's not in my customer group any longer because, Facebook removes people after so long. And she had no idea we had protein bars. I mean, she had no idea. And she's like, oh my God, I'm ordering these. These are so good. And, sometimes people just don't know that we have many other products to offer them besides just a combo that helps them lose weight. Some people may be in it for healthy snacks. Some people may be in it just for oils. Some people may be in it just for the skincare line because our skincare line is absolutely amazing and it doesn't get enough credit, just like our oils don't. So, we have so many products to use. Whatever you're using, I don't care if it's 4 a.m. in the morning, you're cleaning puke up out of your sheets because your kid came in your room sick with the flu. You're using that spray to clean your sheets or to clean your floor. Take a picture. I don't even care if there's puke in the picture. Take a picture and say, hey, this stuff is natural. It's non-toxic. I could feed it to my dog if I wanted to without it hurting him. And share that information with everybody. So it's just amazing. Everything that you use, you can share. Everything in our product system, you can use that and you can make money off of it. Okay, so let's say, I don't know how many people on here know anything about the new comp plan or, whatever. But let's say I don't know PV points off the top of my head either. You have the Simply Clean because somebody saw you with that, and you've got them to buy the True Men and the True Defense for flu season. What else can be used for flu season? I don't know. So let's say you get them to 55 PV. Okay, just whatever, and their order might be $60, but you get 55 PV from that. Let's say all you need to do is get somebody to purchase another, what's 55? 20 PV worth of products, and you've got one active person. Even if they buy retail, you've got one active person because you've got 75 PV. Is that the way it is, right, Angela? Are you there? That is right, no matter what, right? So if you can have 10 different people and all 10 of those people have enough PV to equal 75, that's going to equal one person, right? Or one active? Right? It should, right? Don't take my word for it. I think so, but I could be a little bit off. Haley knows this really well. But if you can get somebody to just buy a little bit of PV, you're going to have an active person. Plus, you're going to help somebody that might be a Simply Clean buyer for life, and that's all that they use to clean their house. They might, end up loving our tea tree oil versus the Walmart tea tree oil that they bought, and they're a True Vision tea tree oil user for the rest of their lives. It's just whatever product you might introduce somebody to, and they love it, you're going to have them as a customer for the rest of their life. So, have you guys posted something in the customer group about a product? Perfect. Okay, let me read my notes again. Okay, and my next thing is to keep and continually bring on new people. And this goes back to adding them to your associate group. You need to continually be adding people to your team, whether they're coming on as a customer or coming on as an associate that wants to get wholesale, or getting somebody that wants to, build a business. Because those customers, like I was a customer, I had no intention of selling anything. I had no idea how to sell anything. I'd never sold anything, and I didn't want to. Allie was the same way. She didn't want to sell this. She had no intention. She just wanted to buy the products. So, that's how we both started. So you're one of your best customers, one of your new customers, one of your trial customers may end up being one of your rock stars and building the biggest business in the world. They may end up coming on and just, enrolling 5 people a month. They might come on and, make $100 a month. They just might come on to get their product for free a month. You never know. So always be continually adding people. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go to your walls and we're going to post a business post, because it's really good to post product posts, but it's equally as good to post business posts. You can put anything from yesterday we got paid and I was able to fill my gas tank with what I made this last week. I was able to help put propane in my oil tank or my gas tank to heat the house. I was able to pay for daycare this week. I was able to pay for the dog grooming this week, thanks to my small business on the side. Or you can post something like, you can join me for free right now, 8 weeks, there's 8 Mondays till Christmas, 8 Mondays. Use that as a marketing tool for you guys, right? 8 Mondays. Can you believe it's so close? And I know how Christmas terrifies people. Post stuff about Christmas. 8 Mondays till Christmas. How could 8 paychecks between now and Christmas help you? What would 2 hours on your phone between now and Christmas a day be? How could that change your life, family for Christmas? I know I used to dread Christmas because it was so expensive and the kids expected so much and family expected so much. Maybe they didn't expect them. If that was my view, that everybody expected so much, and that you always have to figure out in December, you're trying to figure out which bill can I skip this month to pay next month? How can I do this to do that? And then in January, bills start coming in and you're like, oh my God, I'm so out of water. My tax check can't come quick enough. I got to pay these off. If I don't get this paid, I'm going to lose my cell phone, or I'm going to lose my electricity. I'm going to not have propane in my gas tank. You can't catch up. And so Christmas is a really good time to bring people on as business builders. So between now and then, it would be so beneficial for you guys to make a business post daily. I don't care if you sold nothing that day. I want you to talk about some of the things that you've been able to do in the past with what you've made with True Vision. You've made $5,000 with your lifelong. If you've made $100, if you've made $10,000, I don't care. Post some things that you've been able to do for your family with what you've made, because those business posts are so super important and beneficial. So when you guys get done with the business post on your wall, give me some dones so I know I can start talking again. Let me give you just a few minutes because I haven't shut up at all. These steroids, see, I haven't shut up at all. These steroids like make me talk nonstop. And I usually don't take them because I don't like the way they make me feel, but I felt so bad I had to. And now I can't shut up. Okay. How's everybody doing with the business post? Do you have any questions of what you should and shouldn't post? You can't make income claims. Let me just add that in there. You can't say, I've made $5,000 and You can say things like, I've done this, or I've been able to do this. It's such a fine line of what you can and can't post. You can't make any direct income claims or promise that somebody else is going to make that. I do see a lot of other companies stating with a disclaimer in their posts or a disclaimer in their comments. I don't know how our compliance department sees that or likes that. I can find out tomorrow. Put that in the notes. Okay. There was a post, I don't even know where I saw it the other day, that I really loved. And I'm going to post it in here for everybody to see. And there's no punctuations in this. But I'm going to send it and then read it. And it says, leadership does not begin with your upline. Leadership begins with you. You need to step up, become the leader that you want your upline to be. And that's a really powerful, impactful statement, because a lot of people don't have a good upline. A lot of people don't have anybody between them and, 10 levels up. Some people have absolutely nowhere they feel they can turn. When I read that statement, that was like, oh, that was really deep, because it's true. You don't have to rely on your upline for anything. It's really nice to have an awesome upline for sure. But if you want somebody to be a leader for you, be that leader for you. Be that leader for you. Be that leader for your team. Because if you're feeling that way, how do you think your team is feeling? And that's really what is impactful to me. Because if you're feeling like you're inadequate and you can't be a good leader and you don't know what to do and you don't know what you're doing or whatever, learn, just step up, get out of your shell, and just be there for them. Because when they see that you are a strong leader, they're gonna follow you. They're gonna follow exactly what you do. So just stepping up and quit quitting being afraid of, failing or doing wrong, because we all fail. I mean, hugely, we've all failed. And instead of drowning myself or, drowning yourselves in things that you've made mistakes with, if you just pick yourself back up and just forget it and just move past it and move on, it's going to make you a better, stronger leader by just letting that mistake make you stronger. So let's do a Google search. Let's find a leadership post. So if we have any newbies on here, I'm not sure if we do, because there's always so many different names that come on our calls that I don't know who's new and who's not. You can go to Google and search leadership. You can actually search leadership memes or quotes or anything. So I'm going to search quotes, and I'm going to go to my images. So let's find a couple that really stand out to you, and let's go use them in our stories. Because leadership's what it's about, and leading your team into a new team, leading your team into, what you want your team to be, how you feel you need your team to be, how you see your team. Because if you're just relying on somebody else to lead you and your teams, then it's just, you're going to be waiting around forever. And I hope that was what I meant to say. See, these steroids really make me like crazy. So if that didn't make sense, please let me know. So whenever you guys get that done, give me some dones and we'll move on. And if you guys don't post on your stories daily, you're missing a huge boat. You can actually tell a story. I mean, you can actually tell a story in stories. It can be your whole entire day if you want it to be. It can be a story about one of your associates, one of your customers, a weight loss comparison. You can just tell the stories. Hey, this is what the CBD patch has done for me. And then you can continue down the line. And then you can put like, so who wants to order the CBD patches? I got sample, or the 3-day, 6-day? The 6-day trials available. You can continue that story. So they're flipping through your stories and they're actually reading a story. It took me a little bit to figure that out. Sorry. It took me a little bit to figure that one out. I was like, oh, pictures. And then as I was reading along, the more and more stories became more popular. I'm like, oh, stories actually tell a story. Huh, funny thing. So, use that to tell a story. You can post on your wall too, because a lot of people scroll, but stories are super important because so many people use the stories now and they're not even scrolling Facebook, they're just scrolling stories. So, you can actually even put, whatever you're posting on your Facebook wall, you can just copy and paste it and put into your story. Whatever you're posting into your customer group, you can actually copy and paste and put into your story without putting it on your page. Because your stories do disappear, but your Facebook wall doesn't. So utilizing those stories is really good. see what that says. Okay. So when you told us to post on our walls, I also put it in my story then. I just got a friend request from a man who shows he is an advocate of cannabis when my post was on the patches. You know, I get a lot of friend requests when I post on my wall or in my stories about the CBD patches. I really do. I get a lot of friend requests from cannabis companies, and I get a lot of friend requests from other CBD companies or individual CBD companies, you know, individual CBD LLCs. And actually, I've been put into a lot of random CBD groups just by accepting their friend request. And I get a lot of really great information from those. So, you know, our CBD is really, really fantastic product. It's one of probably my favorite and one of our very best. So, you know, just posting is really great. And were you able to post on your wall, on your story at the same time? Did it allow you to do that? Do you have to do it separately? Okay. So I know we used to be able to do it, linked it together, and then it was gone. And then I know there was a Facebook update, and I wasn't for sure because I do it separately. Oh, there's something else I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know how many people actually know this. So I'm going to take my face off for a minute and tell you exactly how to do this. Did you know you guys can put the login directly on your front screen of your phone? So many people don't know this. So let's go to your Google, and I want you to type in True Vision Health. And I didn't know that so many people didn't know this. Okay, when it loads, go to your menu bar, and you can actually add to home screen, okay? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the log in. Then you're going to go to your menu, add to home screen, and it's gonna put a green icon on your screen for you to directly push to go directly to login. Instead of having to go to True Vision Health all the time, you can go directly to that screen. And I don't know how many people on this call didn't know that, but you can do that with any website in the whole, whatever, in the whole database. But I love having that option because I don't have to go to my Google and search. I can just hit my icon on my phone and go directly to the login page. So if you didn't know you could do that, go do it right now because it's really a quick, easy tool for you to use. And also, you can also do that with Facebook stories. That way, instead of logging into Facebook, you have to do this or you have to do that. I know a lot of you probably have the Facebook app, but then you have to pull up that, you have to pull up the app and all that. Sometimes you have to log in. But if you can pull that in, the icon for the Facebook stories, you can it just pulls your stories right up and then you can just click right out. Makes it so super quick. Tell me with some dones or some emojis when you guys start getting that. And do you all know how important it is to put some emojis in your posts instead of just putting like, oh my God, I feel so great or whatever. If you're putting a couple emojis in, it makes it stand out a little more to people. It makes it, you know, more presentable. Could I go over that again? Yeah, I can go over that again. Okay, so go to Google. I'm gonna actually type it in there when I'm telling you. Go to Google. Go to truevisionhealth.com. Go to login. And when it pulls up the login screen, go to your menu. if you're on your phone, it's the top right 3 dots. Go to the Google menu, not the TrueVision menu, the Google menu. And you can add to home screen. So I love being able to do that with all of my websites that I use. You don't have 3 dots. You don't have to. Are you on an iPhone? Yeah. Yeah, I'm an Android, so I don't know. My iPad's not in here. I'll have to look. I'll
You
get on.
click the little square at the bottom with the arrow. Can you hear me?
Yes.
If they click that little square at the bottom with the arrow and then scroll down, it will say add to home screen.
Okay. Thank you, Vicki. Okay, I'll put that in the
You're
chat. Okay, iPhone users. Square at the bottom. Okay. Awesome. All right, there was something something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, so do you guys all follow big names in network marketing? I know so many people do because I teach my teams this all the time. Okay, so there are so many different things you can find and see that they post, really motivational things from actually anybody that you see. Do you all make use out of your notepad in your phone? A lot of people don't know that this option exists, which I really amazed that so many people don't find that this option exists. Okay, I know most phones come with like a notebook or a notepad, but you can also download additional ones because your notepad sometimes in your phone that comes on it or in it only holds so much. And also Facebook has a notepad, but it only holds so much too. It doesn't hold a bunch. So anytime I see something that I want to copy and paste or share or reuse or whatever, a lot of things like training steps, my customer receipts, instructions on how to use the products, any kind of script that I have that I use readily is in my notepad. So if you don't have a notepad in your phone, go to your app store and download a notepad. I use Collar Note because I really love it. It's easy, it's simple, and it holds so much. I mean, I have miles and miles and miles of saved notes. So when I say on my notes, I put all my notes in my notepad. I put my shopping list in my notepad. I put anything I need to do in my notepad. I use it every day, every single day. And it actually is, everything you've got in there saved, it is transferable to other phones too. Because I thought when I got my new phone a few months ago that I was going to lose everything in my notepad because I have, like I said, I literally have thousands and thousands of saved notes of things that I reuse, things that I will go back and reuse, what I recycle that I've posted, I recycle what others have posted, anything. But they all saved, and I was able to transfer them from one phone to the next. So make very good use out of notepads. And follow big network marketers, because when you do, you're going to learn a lot from them. You're going to learn how they post, when they post, why they post. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to anything that they post, but they're posting to get an audience. And, it's really important to post to get an audience. And, a lot of the people that I follow don't hardly ever post anything about their products, except for maybe once or maybe 3 times a week for most people. They will post something about their products on their Facebook page, but their wall or their stories, have a lot of their products. So, you know, that's something to think about and find is people to follow. And, you know, I know most people already know this, but you can find your follow first people. I think there's a limit of 30 or something, but there's follow first, and, you know, you can follow the people who impact you the most on it. Okay, so next, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and end this a few minutes early. What I want you to do is I want you to go to Google, and I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to find a motivational post, a motivational video, clip, whatever, that really jumps out at you. And I want you to share that with your teams. Share it in your associate group, share it in your chat, whatever. I want you to go share that, because we all need that motivation sometimes, and sometimes something we say or something we post or something somebody hears is really sometimes just hits them, and they're like, oh, I really needed to hear that today. We're going to go do that, and that's the last task we're going to do tonight, because I've talked nonstop and you guys are probably sick of listening to me. So, and I'm not going to have you tell me you're done or anything, because I'm going to go ahead and end the call. But, you know, post those for people to see, because somebody just might need to hear something motivational today. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you, Paula. I'd like to hear you too. All right, guys, good night. Thanks for spending the past 48 minutes with me, and we'll see you all soon.